Good morning, everybody. Dick Goodman here, and I'm going to do my first episode on why I hate Fords. And before we get into that, I want to show you something that, I'm retired now, but I've been a mechanic or mechanical all my life. So I've played around with this stuff from drag racing to fixing cars to having my own business fixing cars. But anyways, as a general standard, I've got 4 bolts up here. A 1/4 inch bolt typically has a 7/16 head. A 5/16 bolt would have a 1/2 inch head. In other words, it takes this is the wrench size. A 3/8 bolt would be 9/16. And a 7/16, a fairly large bolt, diameter wise, would take a 5/8 inch socket or wrench, okay? And that brings us to the Ford water pump. This is a water pump off of my Ford F-150. It's a 1989 5-liter V8 302. I want you to see what Ford did. Ford's idea is for a water pump. One thing that you notice, it takes a gasket back here and it takes another gasket underneath this plate. So it takes 2 big gaskets, okay? They've got a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bolts holding the water pump on. And I want you to look at the bolts. Here we have one of the bolts, and a lot of them are like this on here. This is a 5/8 inch head, like this one. But look at the diameter of it. The diameter, you would think as a mechanic, if you put a wrench on this thing and you put a 5/8 inch wrench on it, you would think it would be a 7/16 inch diameter bolt, which is a fairly tough bolt, Instead, the bolt diameter is 5/16. This is 5/16. This bolt goes through the water pump, through the timing chain cover, and into the block. Well, when my water pump went bad, and I had to take the water pump off, I broke 3 of these off in the block. Now, to change the water pump, I've got to take the water pump off. I've got to take the timing chain cover off, which means bolts going into the oil pan, maybe dropping the oil pan a little bit, pulling the harmonic balancer off the crankshaft so you can get the timing chain cover off. Absolute disaster. And I want you to see these bolts. Now here's a bolt. This bolt, another one that goes into the block, okay? It has got a 1/2 inch head on it, and it's 5/16. So that one is correct. Here's another one. And now this one is a stud. It's got a 3/8 stud on it, which is this size right here. 5/8 hex for a bolt. And look at the bolt size, 5/16. You put a wrench on there and you think you're turning on a big bolt, and you snap these things right off, okay? And I could go on and on. Here's another one. Here's another one. And there's one more in the bottom. Here, I like this one in the bottom. Look at that. Same head, 5/8, 5/8. Look at the bolt. Look at the diameter. Same as this one. And why would you do that? I don't understand why Ford would do that. Now these bolts, and you notice a lot of them are different sizes. Okay? These bolts, I bought the set because I broke a bunch of them off because they're all special bolts. I bought these on a set of these on eBay, and I think I paid, I don't know, like $25 or $30. But one of the checks I did was buying these from the Ford garage, and they're over $100. Over $100 for these stupid bolts. Unbelievable. I mean, I just can't believe it. Now I want to show you, this is, would be considered a small block Ford, okay? And I've got a water pump off a Chevrolet small block, okay? 2 gaskets, one little gasket here, one little gasket over here. It takes 4 of these bolts. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's that bolt right there. You can go to any hardware store and buy 4 of those bolts for less than $1 a piece, okay? Or you can go to Ford and buy these bolts for over 100. Well, you can get, like I said, you can get them cheaper. But I mean, here's a small block Ford. They've been trying to copy the Chevrolet small block since 1955, and they can't even get close to getting that right. Well, I hope you enjoyed my first video on why I hate Fords. Thank you for watching.